Hello everybody. Today's YouTube is going to have two parts. I'm going to show you some painting I've been working on, some cards I've been doing with the help of a YouTube creator that I'll share with you, and those have been really fun and a little different for me. But first I want to take you back probably a year or more ago to some old footage when I made my second wet felted bowl. I never did share that with you, although you've seen it recently, I think. It's this bowl. And I don't know why I never did share the making of it. I keep my little fabric scraps and snips of thread in here from when I sew, and it's actually a very, very good use for it. So I'm going to share that with you first, and then we'll look at some painting. Thanks for joining me. Hello, everybody. Well, I'm going to continue with my wet felting. I have been thinking about that bowl that I made, and I watched the video that I made about it, and it kind of, isn't that ridiculous? I occasionally do that, and I was inspired to want to go back and do another one because I looked at all the handwork, and I thought I really enjoyed that. That was fun, and the end result is so great. So I've been having a color scheme idea in my head as far as what I want this bowl to look like. It'll be the same shape. I'm not going to change that part of it, but I'm going to make a different color look. So let me I'm going to pull out the fiber and lay it on my desk and show you what I'm thinking about doing, okay? Okay, now the color scheme I'm thinking about is basically earth tones. I want a brown bowl that looks brown. Various shades of brown. Now this is my dark brown. I definitely want to use that, but I don't want that to be the main background at all. So that'll be part of it. I do still have this. This is that nut brown. Now this is gorgeous. I'd like that to be a good bit of my base. I'm going to do what I did last time. Ooh, oh dear, I forgot about that. And I'm going to blend colors for the base. Oh my. And I have this big old bag, and it's hard to get. I know you're listening to the crinkle crinkle. I might have a little bit of cream. I'm also wondering if that would go. I might do a little bit of that. It's kind of a salmon. Oh, wait. And there's that. Oh. Okay, so, well, this is actually a lot of what I want. It's got cream, it's got dark, it's got a beige. I would probably need to add a little bit of this as an accent, maybe more of the nut. I thought a little bit of olive green would also not be amiss. If I use this, I probably don't need this, I think. I might use it for an accent. And I might have just a little bit of an accent of this. There is just this hint of pink in there. When you look at it, you can't find it, but it seems like it's there. Like through there. That's just so gorgeous. All right. See, this is interesting. I had two. Well, that's more of a lavender. That's all I have left of that, but I really prefer this pink. I don't know what that is. I still have lots of fiber. I have a lot of certain colors. I don't have a huge selection. So let's definitely take the olive in there. Now this is an interesting, this is that Leicester. Oh my goodness, it's a very long staple. Has a totally different feel. But the complexity in there is just gorgeous. I think if I tried to blend all of that together, it would get lost. But I think this would make a pretty bowl on its own. And I don't want that. Oh. I don't think I want that. Well, then I think I have what I need. That was pretty easy. Let's go into the kitchen, and this will be a really short video. I think I'll fast forward it all and just show you the highlights. Oh, I'm glad I didn't catch those bags on fire in my little house back there. Isn't that cute? That tea light does not really want to burn today. All right, so let's get started and see if we can come up with another bowl. Okay, here I'm going to cut out my resist from this kind of flexible plastic using a plate. That's just a little disc I'm going to cut out. Now, I thought about speeding this whole long section up, and if you're not interested in this, you might want to fast forward a lot. But Adam encouraged me just to keep it at the same speed and show you all of it. And so I'll take you through the different steps. So this will be the first layer, and of course the first side. You really pile on the fiber and get it quite wet. The mesh keeps the fiber in place while you apply the soap. Now at this point, I'm pushing from the center outward. Now I flip it. So this is still the first layer. However, it'll be the second side. Now we'll flip back to the first side. And we'll turn these edges up. Now you start moving things to the center. And this is the second layer on the first side. the soap keeps everything slick and smooth, so you can really work. And I believe this is the second layer, second side. And now we're back to the first side, and we're going to do our third layer. And notice how I'm really pulling this in so that I don't get any straight lines on my curved edge of my bowl. And now finally, the second side and the third layer. There you go, 3 layers. Now I'll just tidy this up. Now it's time to felt. So the goal is to work the fiber and join all of the fibers together. You do this for a very, very long time. I'm going to put on my kind of extra ornamental fibers for color, for accents. And they also have to be felted and incorporated into the base fibers. Now, this is a very effective way to get your wet felted item to both felt and full, which means to shrink. I'm going to start, now that I've got the fibers all pretty much joined together, I'm going to start treating it more roughly. Now you can use a rolling pin, you can use a pool noodle. I just decided to roll it up in a towel. Which side should have the opening? That's the question. And you have to work that edge until it's just as smooth as everything else. Once you can get your hand inside, you can really start to work it well and shape it. At this point, I'm still felting the fibers together and really working it to get it to shrink. I'm also trying to get that resist out of there through the opening.
what I just found. This is that little darning egg. I don't know what that's called. It is shaped like an egg. I'd forgotten I brought it in here to the studio, and I don't know what I had it in here for, but it does work really well to press into. It does it better on the table and get all those edges smooth and consistent going around so you don't have a wonky shaped bowl. Well, that was yet another felting workout, and I'm feeling it, but it was fun. Here's this bowl. I really, really like the colors and the embellishments. It's still pretty wet. It's very wet. I mean, it's not, I can't squeeze water out of it. Maybe I could. But it still needs to be shaped some. It hasn't really been shaped. I'm hoping to get it to stand up more. The opening is smaller, I think, than the other one. Hang on, let's look at them. Let's do a comparison. I've already thrown some yarn into this one. This is some fun yarn. I made a tea case cozy out of this a long time ago, and now I know that this is wool, and now I know that it's roving. It's that pencil roving, I think they call it. It's just, I wish I had about 10 skeins of this. All right, anyway, yeah. Slightly smaller opening. They're pretty comparable in size. I think this one's heavier. I really put more fiber into it. I think that's the biggest difference. It's just a heavier bowl, and I wanted that. I was worried about that other one that was too thin. I wanted this one to have some heft to it. It'll probably take it longer to dry, and it may, still got some fuzzies, it may make it sit lower. I don't know, kind of be more like that. What do you think? This is great fun. Can you believe you could make that just with fiber and soap and water and bubble wrap? That's amazing. I may need to put some stuff in there to keep it more upright. Anyway, all right, so bowl number 2. Hope that was fun to watch.
Hello, everybody. Well, this may be a time in my life when I'm dashing from one craft to another, because today I'm doing painting again. And I want to share with you, first of all, one of the YouTubers I've been watching recently, and I think her channel is called The Creative Cove. She's Michelle, Creative Cove. See if you can find her. She does a real slapdash, casual kind of approach. She uses watercolor and all kinds of other mediums and plants and dried leaves and all kind of lace and paper, and she's just very creative. But after looking at her paint a little bit, I decided I would try some of this. So let me show you what I've done so far. I think I'll turn the camera this way. It might be easier, and I'll just hold things up. Now, this is the kind of thing I often paint, like this. A little bit of ink, watercolor, loose, but not wild. Okay. So then I decided, I saw her or somebody using leaves. So I just went out in the yard and picked a fern, and these were some dried petals, those purple petals I had, and I bought this little stamp at the store, and I didn't even press that fern first, and of course it's not adhering. It wasn't adhering that well because I hadn't pressed it flat. So after using some glue on it, then I used some varnish, I think, on a watercolor card. Anyway, but it's interesting, kind of steampunky looking. Somebody might like that. I'm hoping to find a stamp at the thrift store sometime soon that will have just some illegible writing on it that I can just kind of dash in there around the edges. Now this is some plant life that I did press first to get it a little flatter. Pressed it in my big whopping big dictionary. I've got some splattered gold paint on there and other colors. So that one turned out a little bit better. They're more flat. I'm still using, it's just school glue. It's water soluble glue. I think some places they call it PVC glue. I'm not sure if that's accurate. I mix it with some water so that it'll spread more, and of course then it soaks into the page, and you put it underneath the greenery, and then you also put it on top. That's what I did anyway, but I don't know what I'm doing, so that's just information purposes. And then I did this one. This one has a little bit more ink and put a little border around it. And I'm going to put another picture here of my favorite one I painted, um, but I've already given it away. But I did get a scan of it first because I might get prints made of it. Um, Michelle on Creative Cove, had a flower, a blue flower like that on the front of a journal she was making. No, it's not a journal. What does she call it? Like a day box or something? It's cardboard and it folds up, and then you open it up into like 4 sections, and you can keep your paints in there, and it's just so creative. I'll try to link to some of her stuff along the way. So anyway, let me show you what else I'm working on. She does botanicals. I am not a sketcher at all. I've never sketched. I like to paint, but sketching is a really important skill, so useful. Oh, and so anyway, I thought I would pull out this book. I found this book so useful. It's Herbs and Spices, the Encyclopedia of Herbs and Spices. I'm reading backwards here. So, and it's just huge. I've looked up so many things in here, but in the kind of encyclopedia part where they talk about all the different herbs, they have entries and they have a picture of each one. And so I use these pictures as a reference to draw 4 little samples. I hope you can see these okay. This one is hollyhock. I've done the sketching and the initial wash kind of around it. This one's marshmallow. There's a shadow on there, isn't there? Let me move this around a bit. That's better. Here is meadowsweet on this side. And here is some dill. Now I haven't finished these paintings, and I'll show them to you later. And then I'll take them off and I'll cut them up and have 4 little cards, a little set of botanicals. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. We'll see. Apologize for the air conditioner running in the back. Well, I've finished painting them, just the basic painting, and now I'm going to add some splattering and probably some distressed aging kind of thing on there to give them a little bit more interest, like Michelle does. Okie dokie. I was able to get a little bit of blue blotching on here with a paper towel and some fairly dry paint, and I did a little bit of splatter with some gouache, pretty liquidy gouache, which I think is going to stick to this better. Don't really see it over here, but this had salt and it looks pretty good. Then I splattered some gold, Daniel Smith gold, down here. These two seem to want that more, so they're looking pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think I'm going to stop with these. I might get more adventurous on future ones because I have a whole book of these botanicals that I can paint. It's kind of fun. Maybe it'll make me a better sketcher. You never know. I ripped this one a little bit when I took the tape off, I'm sorry to say. I think I can fix it just by painting new on there. So that turned out, I like that lot. I enjoyed these. I like that. Here is the meadowsweet with the gold splatter and the dill with more salt than the others.